Welcome to this week's edition of the Chesterton High School Weekly Report. I'm your host, Emily Fletcher, and this week my guests are some of Chesterton High School's exchange students from Germany. Welcome to the show, and thanks for coming in and talking with me today.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
First, can you introduce yourself and tell us what grade you are in?
Hi, I'm Martin. I'm in 11th grade in our school in Germany.
Hi, I'm Susie. I'm in 11th grade too.
Hi, I'm Willy. I'm in 11th grade too.
Hi, I'm Sofie and I'm in 11th grade too.
It's nice to meet all of you. And so starting with Martin, where from Germany are you from?
I'm from Pörnbach. That's the village I live in. It's northern from Pfaffenhofen, the city our school is at, which is like an hour away from Munich.
Okay. What's the population? Do you know anything anywhere around there?
The population of my village is around 2,000 people with all the villages around them. And I think Pfaffenhofen is 30,000, something like that.
Yeah.
You guys are all from the same school?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought maybe you were from everywhere. So I guess that's where you're all from. All right. What can you tell me about your hometown? And if I were to come to visit you, where would you take me to see?
Pfaffenhofen is a kind of old town, kind of new town at both sides. I'd probably take you to the Alps. It's where it would take everyone. It's like a 1.5 hour, 2 hour drive from our town, because we're right next to the Autobahn. And around town, I'd show you downtown, because we have some nice parks, or go to the kino, to the movie theater, something like that.
Okay.
Okay. We have a lot of old breweries that we only have one active one, which is the Müllerbräu, but when you walk through Pfaffenhofen, there's like restaurants that still have the names. And I always think that learning about a culture or getting to know a place is best if you do it through food. So I would probably just take you to one of the restaurants of the old breweries, because they usually have like traditional Bavarian food, which is always really fun.
All right, cool.
Yes, I also would recommend, of course, food, but also maybe a trip maybe to Munich or to Nuremberg, since these are very beautiful cities and you can do many things over there. But I think also that, especially in the smaller restaurants, you will get very traditional, very nice food.
Yeah, I would agree with Susie and Willy, but I also would probably take you on a walk through the landscape and also to see our city center, because it's very old and looks very nice.
What what food would you recommend for someone who had never had German food before? What would be your, must tries?
That's kind of a hard one, because there's a lot of good ones, but probably the stereotypical ones are the schnitzel and maybe Schweinebraten, it's pig, kind of made in the oven. And since I'm vegetarian, I eat neither of those things, so I always go with what they always have. It's Kaspotzen. So it's kind of a pasta type of thing with cheese, kind of like mac and cheese.
Okay.
Just not really like mac and cheese.
Way richer.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else that she didn't mention that you'd be like, this is the best, should be the national dish, this is a must try?
I guess just the plate serving is the standard thing in Germany. I think it's called Brotzeit. You can have it with everything, vegetarian and non-vegetarian, with different sausages, different cheeses, different dips.
And of course the bread.
Yeah, the bread.
Yeah.
Okay.
This German bread is awesome.
How long have you been staying in Chesterton?
For about 2 weeks now.
2.5.
Yes.
More or less, yeah.
And how much longer will you be here?
We have 5 days left.
5 more days? Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been learning to speak English?
It's standardized in Germany to start in 5th grade, the latest. But usually the elementary schools teach it from 3rd grade on. And in some cases, like I did, we start in kindergarten, where they do little programs, singing songs and naming the colors of the rainbow and all that. And then I kind of just, you could do it privately. I just went to English tea time every Friday, 5 p.m. and kind of got the basics, and that makes it easier to learn. But fifth grade, is the standard.
Do you guys have the same as us, kindergarten through 12th grade? Or is there...
The school system is a bit different. There are 3 kinds of schools, but everyone has to go to elementary school, and there are 3 different types of school you can choose from. For the Mittelschule for 8 years, for another 6 years? No, 4
No,
years.
it's 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Realschule for another 5 years.
No, I don't
Oh,
think we're mixing
10.
it up.
Oh.
Mittelschule is until 9th grade, which is an additional 5 years.
Oh.
Realschule is an additional 6 years, so you graduate after 10th. And the Gymnasium, which is where we are from, they have the bigger programs, we're all in the G8 system, which means we have until 12th grade, but after us it changes and people will have to go up until 13th grade.
Oh, wow. So is that do you still graduate around 18 though? Yeah.
Yes.
What made you decide to apply for the exchange program, and what was that process like?
Yeah, so I knew some people that already took place in an exchange program, and they all recommended. They said it was beautiful. So I also wanted to apply, and I think it was pretty easy. So we just got a few sheets of paper we had to fill out. There were like personal questions and things like that. And then we could reach it into our English teacher that is responsible for the exchange program. And then he just choose some people that will go to United States.
Okay. Were there other countries that were available for other students to travel to, or was this just a Germany to US exchange?
It depends. We used to have an exchange for every language you can learn. Like what we're doing, there's usually happening at the same time an Israel exchange, but that didn't take place because not enough people applied. But there's also one for Spain and one for France.
Oh, cool. After you got accepted into the program, what were you most excited about? And what were you most nervous about?
Probably meeting my guest family.
Was it excited or nervous? Excited? Okay, good.
And see the US, most nervous about leaving home for 3 weeks and knowing no one in the US except my students.
At least there's that.
Yeah. And yeah.
For me, it was to also meeting my host family because, I mean, we got the internet and we got in touch pretty early on as soon as we got our partners. And I've been talking to Natalie for like months before I even came here. And I was just so excited to meet her and her dogs and her cat and everything. I was thrilled when I finally got to see her and like actually hug her and actually, you know, touch the person, because I mean, we've been becoming friends over the 2 months that we've been talking, and that was awesome. But I was really nervous about the food because I've not been hearing the best things about it. But I'm managing. It's really not that bad.
So I also was pretty excited about meeting everybody over here and also learning a lot about the culture. But I was pretty nervous about the flight since I've never flew like 9 hours.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was really excited about meeting my exchange partner and my host family, and because Diran and I've been talking too, so it was really nice to finally see her. But I've been nervous about like leaving home and just being in a whole different country.
Are there any other international students in the school right now? Do you know?
Yeah, there's an exchange student called Lena.
Oh,
She's from near Regensburg, so it's not that far from us. And she's been here for the whole school year, and she thinks leaves in June, so when the school year ends.
What can you tell us about your host families, and how are they different from your family at home?
One thing that I noticed is that I think all of us got the bonus of, oh my god, they're from Germany. We love them so much. We can pretty much get away with anything. Like, I think none of us has ever met any curfew because we'll just say, oh, but I wanted to stay with them and talk to them, and everybody will just let it slide.
I understand.
Yeah, kind of got like the younger sibling boost that's different from our actual parents, because they've known us for longer. Right. It's not that exciting for them. But apart from that, I just feel very welcomed, and I mean, obviously there's differences, but I feel just as home.
Oh, good.
I could just say about the same. My guest mother is the most lovely person I know.
Oh.
She likes it too. And my guest father, there is a park ranger, so he knows a lot of things.
Okay, cool.
And we live right at the Michigan Lake, so it's just right in the national park, right there where he works, right there where he can tell me about everything and show me everything.
Have you gotten to go to the beach yet? We had a couple of nice warm days.
Yeah.
Did you get to go?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, so I also they also welcome me very, very good, but I think the big difference here is that it's not that common that you eat together. So there's a lot of times that just 2 or 3 will take a meal together. In Germany, it's pretty usual that at least one meal a day, everybody sits at the table and eats together. It's a bit of a difference, I guess.
That's true.
Yeah, I also feel very welcome by my host family. They're like really nice, but I didn't really see any difference. But maybe that's because like my host family is also Europeans.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You've been totally immersed in American culture during your time here. How have you shared your country's culture with your new family and friends?
So my host family, I think their grandpa is originally from Germany, and they also knew some things, but they also asked me if it's still the same or if it is like he told them and things like that. And also there was like a very evening where all the German students cooked for the host families, and I think so we also could share a bit of our culture.
Yes, I think for my part, I didn't do a lot of an active sharing part. Like, I just came into my host family, and my host mom, Amy, who's like the sweetest, she just bombarded me with all those questions, like, how's the food in Germany? What is different? And I've just kind of been talking about what she asks me. But then again, what I like to do is annoy my partner with playing German songs when we are in the car. And probably, like, usually she can take up to 10 minutes before she makes me switch them again. But that's one thing I really like. And I also made a PowerPoint to show her my favorite things about Germany to prepare her for when she comes.
Oh, good.
I grew up in a Bavarian household, and I try to give the best of it. I teach them card games. Tonight I'm actually going to cook for them.
Cool.
Or we're going to cook for them a Bavarian dish. And teaching them about our language, our food, beer.
Also customs, usually. Like, that's what they're most interested in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And of course they ask a lot of questions, so you answer them as well.
Yeah, I also answered questions, and I showed them some German music, and also at the Bavarian evening, they like get a pretty good view of the food and everything.
How has the United States fit your expectations of how you thought it would be here, and how has it been different?
There are a lot of things you would have thought before you come here, as a like landscape and the people and the food. I think I thought before I come here, I knew them, but seeing actually how big everything is, and especially the road system and the roads scared me a bit because the driving and the road system is so much different in Germany, and it's a bit unexpected, you could say.
Yeah, what I think is like fun, like for certain things, my image of America was just comically accurate. Like if somebody told me make an American highway and place the billboards, I would have as a joke placed that many. And then we actually went there, and I was just laughing in the car the whole time because there's so many. And I knew that they existed, but I mean, you never see like a picture of that. And when I did, I just assumed that it was a joke. Like things like that you see through TV, right? But you just assume they're exaggerated, but they really aren't.
No,
that's like the funniest thing about about coming here.
Are there any billboards in Germany on the roads? None, or just
like every once in a while there's one that says "Don't text and drive," but those are rare.
No advertisements.
Yeah, none.
Interesting.
So for me, it was that everybody is driving a car everywhere. So, for example, in Germany, it's pretty common that you go somewhere by foot or by feet or by bike. But here, even someone lives across the baseball field and he still drives to school with his car. So I think it takes him even longer just to drive out of the parking lot and go to his house than just walk over. So that's a bit confusing, I guess.
Yeah, leaving the school you're probably right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that there are some stereotypes that really are no stereotypes. But when we walked out of the airport and everything was just so hot, everything was loud, and there was like a construction site right in front of us, and it was like we were in this movie of America, and it was,
So we had talked about food before, but have you tried any new foods here that you've never had before? What were some that you've liked, and what are some that you've disliked?
Okay, I probably have to say this. I'm a big baby carrot enthusiast.
Okay.
I mean, we have them in Germany, but we just never buy them because it's not common and they're usually not as good as buying fresh ones. And here no matter where I go, I have a bag of baby carrots with me. That has kind of become my thing. But apart from that, just like all the restaurants that we don't have in Germany, that was a great experience. Like Chipotle, Potbelly, all those stuff. I have like a list on my phone that every time Amy asks me where I want to eat, I pull it out and just tell her where I want to go. Well, he's laughing because he witnessed it.
What's next on the list? What are some of your bucket list restaurants?
I really wanted to go to the Cheesecake Factory, but it doesn't look like we're going to go to Chicago again, so it's probably not something I could do. But apart from that, it's pretty ticked.
What have you been your favorites? You said Chipotle. Is that like the best for you, or?
It was pretty high up, but what I don't know. I just really love Taco Bell just because it's so fun.
Do you have Taco Bell in Germany?
No,
none.
We don't.
Wow, I love Taco Bell.
Yeah,
too.
It's really fun. Like you get the little tacos and you can put them in different shells, and I don't know. Again, I can't eat a lot, but I always have the one with the potatoes in it, I like spicy things. So that was a really fun one for me.
Yes. So I think they make really good chicken over here. So in Germany, it's not that. So when we order something with chicken in a restaurant, it's probably not that good like in the US. So we like Chick-fil-A, Panda Express. They all had very good chicken.
Mm. Yeah, I also really liked Chick-fil-A, but I also liked Taco Bell because we don't have it in Germany and it's just something else.
Okay. What sort of activities have you enjoyed since you came to Chesterton that you've never tried before? And is there anything you're looking forward to doing that you want to do before you go back? Like, Martin had gone to the national park. That's pretty cool. That's like Chesterton's new claim to fame and is awesome.
Yes, it is. We went there as a group, actually, so we followed on that. And I think we've all loved it. Yes. It was great, especially with Rafi as a park ranger who knows these all amazing facts about no matter where you go. But apart from that, I've kind of been trailing Natalie, so I've gone to show choir. Mm. I mean, I am in a choir in Germany, but like show choir is something that is American. Mm-hmm. So I've never seen that before, and it looked a lot of fun, even though I didn't get to dance. But that was one of those, but I didn't really go to any gym classes. That would be like the stereotypical thing to like play football or baseball because I'm really not a sports person. But I think the boys did, so.
Yes. So I attended like weightlifting class, it was very special for me since in Germany, when you want to go to the gym, you have to do it outside of the school. But here it's just like a regular class, so this was pretty funny. And also I attended a few of the high school games, so volleyball, for example, and this was also pretty amazing.
That's fun. Is there anything that what did you guys do in Chicago?
We did some shopping and we went around the city and we did the tilt thing.
Oh yeah, and the Hancock building.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, the
really
tilt thing. Got it.
Actually, I went separate from these other guys. I went to a concert last Sunday.
Who did you see?
Huh?
Who did you see?
Lil Wayne rap concert.
Oh my gosh.
It actually was my
He's
first.
living the dream.
Yeah, actually was the first concert of mine that
Wow.
I've been to, so it was a really nice experience to experience that in the middle of Chicago at night. And I think Chicago at night is something wholly different than the day.
Yeah.
Because it looks so much better at night.
Is there any, like, what stores did you go to when you went shopping? Was there anything, like, extra cool to you?
No, not
really.
Oh, I went to this one Mexican store. I think it was Mexican. I'm really sorry if I'm wrong, but it was like this huge like store, and it was completely colorful. I didn't buy anything. It was like really expensive. It was a lot of money to buy anything, so I didn't end up buying anything. But I was just in that store for like 50 minutes, just walking around, looking at anything, and it was really fun.
Cool. Is there anything, what else are you going to do before you leave? Like, what else? You said you're not going back to Chicago, but, like, is there anything else that your host family has planned that's special outside of just day-to-day?
I think, like, today and tomorrow, because the weather is so nice, I think we're probably just gonna go to the beach, because we went to the beach yesterday and it was so nice. And then, yeah, I think we're gonna have a party, like the
farewell party. Yeah.
Okay, cool. With the rest of the German, like, class here?
I think everyone is coming.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
okay.
a lot of people.
From the whole
Okay.
exchange, yeah.
Oh, awesome. Oh, how many students came over with you guys?
18.
18. That's really cool.
Yeah, and then 2 teachers, so
Oh.
20 Germans rummaging around America.
What have been some of your favorite classes at CHS, and how do classes here differ from your classes at home?
My most favorable probably was weightlifting, because as
Okay.
Willy mentioned, we don't have that in school.
Yeah.
We don't have any sports in school besides PE.
I learned that from the last foreign exchange students I talked to, and I was like completely mind blown by it, because I was like, what? Because just that's such a quintessential part of high school life here is, you know, going to the games and cheering on your team and stuff.
Mm.
And actually the biggest difference, I think, is the relationship between teachers and students, because German teachers are more like,
Distant.
yeah,
Okay.
they don't
I
have personal relationship with the students. And here in the US, every student knows their teacher pretty well. They know maybe their wife, their children, and you don't get to do that in Germany.
Yeah, also the way that they talk to each other, like all the student-teacher interactions that we got to witness are really completely different and so much more, I don't want to say intimate, but like familiar. Personal, yeah, that's a good word. Personal than our German ones are, because the teacher's there to do their job, and Herr Knopf said that maybe it's because we don't do like this sports activities, so your gym teacher is really just your gym teacher and not just also your coach or like your conductor.
Sure,
it's really,
yeah.
they're only there to teach. And we also have a lot stricter school system, so like the teacher has to be a person of authority and a figure that stands out and stands above the class, or it wouldn't really work.
Sure.
So of course we don't hate our teachers, but we're just not as close as them as American students seem to be. Oh, I'm sorry. And one thing I really loved is Mr. McCoy's sociology class. I really like him. I came into the room and I saw his peas dispenser collection, and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna love it here. And I did. It was a really
Good.
nice class.
Excellent. Weightlifting for you, and then nothing in particular really that you were stuck out?
Maybe show choir, because that's also something we don't really have at our school. I don't sing or dance, but it's just really cool that you have like a block during the school day where you sing and dance and just get together. Yeah.
So we talked about how the school system is different, but can you think of any other ways that the United States is completely different from Germany?
The driving rules.
Oh,
Driving,
yeah, the
okay,
driving.
yeah.
Driving in general, because in Germany to get a driving license is first of all really expensive, and second of all really hard and long.
Interesting.
So we have several driving hours and several teaching hours, you could say. So
Theoretical and practical.
Yeah.
What age do people usually get driver's license if they get one?
You can start with 16 and a half, but you're not allowed to drive on your own before you're 18.
Okay.
And it's a lot more harder to get a driving license in Germany, and the rules are stricter and more organized.
Besides the Autobahn?
Yeah.
From what I've heard, anyway.
I mean, there's a strict system there too, or it wouldn't work.
Sure.
So the first time we drove on a highway with my exchange partner, I got a shock because you just got on the right and got passed in car. In Germany, you would get fined so many euros, and it's just fine over here that you drive by on the right lane, because in Germany you're only allowed to drive by on the left lane. So it was pretty confusing and a bit scary.
I bet.
Okay, another thing that stuck out to me is like your understanding of time, because I had expected it, because Europe is a much more older continent than North America is. But yesterday we went to the city museum, like the really old house.
Oh, yes.
And I think it's really interesting, because I'm really interested in history. But like most of the Germans, we just stood there and it's like, okay, this is a house. This is a house that people live in Europe. If it's only 150 years old, this is a normal building.
Sure, okay.
But here it's like the oldest building you have still intact. So this is like a really difference in understanding of what is old, because that is really different. But it's really also funny to experience.
Right.
Like, this is something special for you, but my friend lives in a house that is only 50 years younger. And, it's kind of like a weird concept when you think about it.
Yeah, you're right. It really is. I guess that house is fancier.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's not necessarily itself. It hasn't seen a lot of history.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things. Anything else that you guys can think of?
I think the personality of Americans and Europeans are a lot different.
Yeah.
You can't say Europeans in general, but especially Germans.
Sure.
We like to be strict, and
we're not
on time. And all these.
Americans are really chatty. I panic a bit every time I'm at the grocery store and the cashier starts talking to me. Like in Germany, they will just like rush your all the stuff you're buying, and then they look at you really mean, and then you pay, and then you leave. Like, it's nothing we take personal. We just don't talk to each other that much.
Interesting.
Especially if we don't know each other.
Sure.
Like, when we do, my mom probably spends like 30 minutes every day stopping somewhere, talking to somebody, like, because she met them on the street.
Yeah.
But if you don't know a person, you usually just don't talk to them.
And do you like it better that they're more, Do you think it's stupid that we are chatty and talk?
No, I don't. It's just different. It's just I'm not used to it. I don't think it's stupid. It's really fun.
Okay.
But it's just different. Yes.
And I also think that the Americans are much more spontaneous. So in Germany, everything has to be planned, and here people will just throw over their plans and do something completely different in just about 5 minutes. And in Germany, everybody plans their things
and also sticks to the plan.
Yes. 2 or 3 days in advance, and they will stick to it. And if somebody wants to change of them, they will be pretty angry, I guess.
Okay. This is sort of like a side question off of that, but can you tell us about any moments of, if you know the term, culture shock that you experienced?
Oh, trying to take a shower.
Oh.
I tried to figure out for the longest time how to turn up like the upper, is it called a hose? Like the thing?
The shower head.
Okay, shower head is probably better. Okay, like the shower head that you have to pull the thing down, like you have to pull it down. And it was like, I wanted to shower in the morning and everybody was still asleep and I was just kind of panicking in the shower. And when I talked to this about I ended up texting my friend and he sent me a video of how to turn it on. And when it talked about it like with anybody, they always said, yeah, I just watched a YouTube video about it.
I think the culture of throwing everything away,
because
the use of plastic dishes and plastic trash in general is a lot less in Germany. We use our dishes more often and wash them, recycle them, you could say. And so far, I got to see that every American throws their dishes away, so plastic dishes or plates.
Also, we separate our trash.
Yeah, and we recycle the stuff. And also, when you drive on the highway here, you see so much plastic and trash everywhere, and you just don't see that in Germany.
Have you experienced any homesickness, or are you just having a great time here?
I'm having a great time. I'm having a ball. It's so cool here. Like, when I go back to Germany, I don't want to go at this point, because when I come back, there's going to be so much responsibility, all the exams starting again, and I'm just dreading going home, because here everything is just so easy for me. Like, I wake up, I have a good time, and then I go to bed. There's nothing else I do, but I know that some people on the exchange have homesickness. I guess I'm just really, really lucky that my host family is like so caring that I don't even really realize that I'm not at home right now.
Interesting. And awesome.
Yeah, but I've also experienced no homesickness because everything is just so great. Everyone's so nice, and I think that I'm gonna have like homesickness when I come back to Germany to this feeling right now.
Anyone else homesick, or no homesick at all? Not at all. That's good to hear. I probably wouldn't be either. I'd be like, what? This is just the best. Are you guys going to have to work extra hard when you get back to, like, make up for the time you're gone, or is this, like, a freebie?
We're on the break right now in Germany.
Oh, I see.
So there's not a lot we have to compensate, but still a bit, I think.
1 week.
Some of us, like Sofie and me, have a test on Friday when we get it. So we touch down at Thursday in the morning, and we have a test on Friday.
Are you expected to, so are you kind of, like, going to do school online then for that week a little bit, or?
We have the document to learn. So during the flight or the last few days, we can learn the...
Cool. Have you traveled to any other countries, or is this your first international trip?
So I think, especially when you live in Europe, it's pretty normal that you travel to other countries, since due to the European Union, you can just go over the border even without a passport. So you just need like a driver's license or an ID card just to go over the borders. So I've been I think in 6 or 7 different countries.
Yeah, me too.
Everybody?
Italy every year, vacation. Czech Republic, because it's really close to us. Like, you drive 3 hours. Austria, Switzerland,
French,
Croatia.
Yeah.
Those are just really popular destinations when you live in Germany, because they're all really close.
That's something that we just unfortunately don't have. Like, I feel like most people never go internationally traveling. I've only ever been to Canada.
Yes, because that you can reach by car. Like, we can reach all those countries by sitting in a car for maybe 10 hours, and then you're like at the completely other side of the continent. That's just something that's
I think that part of it is just like we don't understand how small in relation to the United States European countries are. Have there been any misconceptions or stereotypes about your country that you've needed to clear up for us Americans?
We've been asked a lot of, sorry for saying that, stupid questions.
Do you have math in Germany?
Yeah.
No one asked you that. Did they really?
Really weird questions.
Who asked you that?
I'm not gonna say, because I really like the person. But she knows that it's a stupid question. I told her. And she apologized, but she did ask me that.
But there are some really weird questions we've been asked. And I think it's just weird that you don't know about that, because Germany is just a country like yours.
Right.
From technology and not the same school system, but we learn kind of the same things.
Right, exactly.
And it's not that far away. So,
what advice would you give future foreign exchange students who will be coming to Chesterton High School in the future?
Leave enough space in your suitcase.
yes.
I'm debating with myself if I should buy a new one to get all the stuff getting here
You should.
home with me.
Go to Marshall's. Get something real cheap.
Actually, I have still a lot of space left if you want.
Oh yeah, I'll use Martin's suitcase then. I'll be good. But like, that is something you have to, like, I did leave some space, but you just underestimate how much you will be just wanting to have, because it's so fun to just go to the stores here.
And also they have like some merchandise thing for like everything over here. So they even have like the same PE shirts for everybody and things like that. So you always can get some shirts as a souvenir and things like that. So I think I've bought like, since I'm here, like 6 different shirts I will bring home just with everything from Chesterton.
Me too. I just got them for free, like so many different things. Like my host family, he's the firefighter in Burns Harbor, and I got a t-shirt from there. And then we visited the Chesterton fire station, so I got a t-shirt from there. And I've just been collecting t-shirts, so many t-shirts. But I'm so happy about it. I don't know.
So my next question, besides t-shirts, are there any other cool souvenirs that you've gotten to remember your time here?
So much from the art fair. I bought everything that I wanted to bring my friends. I got them something at the art fair because that is so great. We never had something like this big in Germany where students can actually display their work and, you know, sell it. So I was just so stoked. I was
that's great.
Really loving it. Just looking at everything and talking to the people. So that's, I think, most of the stuff. And then, of course, candy.
Yes.
Yeah, because American candy is so popular in Germany. Some people order it online, and it's just, like, so popular. All the snacks, the sweets, the chips, everything.
Yes. So also these sweets are pretty popular. So I had to go to every store I found and search for new Kit Kats variations because my mom loves them. So I have to bring her like every different variation of Kit Kats. I think I have like 6 or 7 now laying in my bedroom that I will take her.
What are, besides Kit Kats, what are some of the other greatest hits? What are you like so loving?
Reese's,
sweets-wise. Oh, okay.
Takis, and Peeps.
Yes.
Have you been to, Chesterton has a candy store? Have you been in there?
Which
it
one?
has like a whole thing. No, Albanese is in Maryville.
Oh, okay.
This one is... Do you know where Val's Pizza is? Have you been there yet? It's right across...
It's a really great pizza place. Val's Pizza is amazing. Sorry, you were talking about the candy store.
Yes, the candy store. So right across from Val's is like this brick building. And within that brick building is a bunch of things. One of them being a candy store.
Oh, I've never been there.
And it is awesome. They have all kinds of weird stuff that you wouldn't just get from like the grocery store aisle.
We've actually been to a candy store in Chicago.
Oh, okay. Oh, where did you guys go?
I didn't remember.
I think it was called something with sugar.
Oh, the Sugar Factory, maybe? Sugar Factory?
It was like yellow bags.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I don't actually remember.
And you guys loaded up?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, last question. When you eventually go back to Germany, what types of things will you miss most about the United States?
The freedom of driving around in your car, because like I'm not 18 yet, so I can't drive around, and just like going somewhere after school in your car and then meeting your friends, and it's just
I think most definitely my guest family. They're just so loving and so nice, and my exchange partner, he could come to Germany of course, but I miss him for the few weeks because I've just lived with him for the last 3 weeks, just like a brother.
Cool.
Now, and yeah,
I think I'll be missing the people too, because honestly I'll be seeing the exchange students again, but I'm just so heartbroken over, like, I'm probably never gonna see, you know, Owen's mom again or Natalie's mom. They're probably never gonna come to Germany again, and I don't know if I'll ever come back here. Just because it's like a really long way and it's expensive and all of that. So that's probably what I'll miss the most.
Yeah, because it's like a new life you started for 3 weeks and then it's just gone.
Yes.
Everything, the people.
Interesting,
everyone.
yeah. And I would totally get that too. You get attached. But you guys going to stay in touch?
Yes.
Oh, definitely.
Of course.
Have you made like friends at CHS besides your host family that you think you'll stay in touch with as well? Or is it just you're close with the host family?
no, I'm actually made a lot of friends here.
Nice.
Best friends of my exchange partner, and Owen knows a lot of people, to be honest. Way too many. But I've got to meet a few people closer, and I'm friends with them now too, you can say that.
So also made so much new contacts just for being here, and I think I will also miss them because besides the exchange partners, you probably like Susie said, won't see everybody again. So I think that's a bit hard.
Yeah. It was so great to meet you guys and learn all about Germany and your time here. And I would like to thank you guys once again for coming in. This has been Emily Fletcher for CHS Weekly Report signing off.